Hello and welcome to my home. Today I got to survey some damage to my tomato plants in the containers. We had a really heavy wind rainstorm late last night, early this morning. So I'm out here to see what happened. But before we go there, I want to let you know I have other types of videos on my channel. I have easy to prepare recipes, I have product reviews, and I have other container videos where I show you how to grow a variety of vegetables. So let's go check out the damage. We're going to start here. This tomato plant in this container fell over. It's leaning on its side. And I only have one of this variety. This is called a mortgage lifter plant. So I'm hoping not too much is damaged on it. We're going to go around towards the front. Now here's my other tomato plant. You can see that there is some tomatoes that have come off of the plant. Hopefully it's not too many of them. And that's the eggplant that must have got hit as this tomato plant came down, and it's on its side. Now this is one of my beef masters, and it has some super huge tomatoes on there that are still green, like this one right here. So we'll see what the damage is. And then the last tomato plant over here, which is on its side, you see the pot, and here's the plant. Now I did try to secure these tomato plants by tying them to these poles, but they ended up leaning over and snapping and falling over. Now I did put these poles back in. These poles were also leaning on the ground. I'm trying to see if I can get enough traction that they're still able to hold up the plants. But I'm thinking I'm going to have to go to a plan B. I don't think the ground is too saturated, in other words, to really make these poles secure enough. Now, the plants up on my deck, they survived. Nothing got toppled over. I have those tied to the railings on the deck, and so that was quite secure. So none of the tomato plants got hurt up there. None of the eggplants that I have growing up there got injured. But the tomato plants did take a beating. So I'm going to survey the damage, and I'll pick up after I decide what I'm going to do, and I'll show you the end results of how I managed to repair the damage and make them more secure for the rest of the summer. Because these tomato plants, I have Better Boys, the Mortgage Lifter, Cherokee Purple, Beef Master. I also have some cherry tomatoes. Cherry tomatoes weren't impacted either. These tall plants, tall tomato plants, and because these pots are tall and narrow, it just makes them too top heavy. Plus the tomatoes on them are so heavy, it just caused it to not be very stable. So that's what I'm dealing with this morning. So I'll be back after I figure out what I'm going to do. Now these on the actual patio part, I have them secured together to each other, so they did not suffer any damage. So they're doing okay. I have another one of those real big tomatoes. You can see it between my hand, like the fingers on my hand, and it's still growing. Okay, let me see what I'm going to do with all this. Okay, excuse the air conditioning unit is going right now, but here's the tomatoes. This is the damage. These are the tomatoes that got knocked off of the plants that were turned over. So mostly green. I have two that were trying to turn red. So I just put those two that are almost red in a brown bag, and they should ripen up pretty good. Now I decided not to put those tomato plants back where they were. Since I can't get these stakes in deep enough, the soil is really wet, I just decided to move them. So I put one around here. Next to the other tomato plant. That's the pot that you saw turned over. It's next to the other tomato plant back there, and my 2 pepper plants that are in this pot. So I'm just trying to get them out through the season. They do have some tomatoes on them. The other tomato I was able to get upright in the same spot, but as I look at this tomato plant and I am trying to transition to my fall planting, I think this tomato plant has just about had it. This is one of my better boys. They produce their tomatoes first. There's a lot of browning of the leaves. I'm thinking that I'm going to pull these as green tomatoes and fry those up, and then I can free this pot up for something to plant for the other tomato plant. Over here by the fence, so it should be okay. I tied it up with some ties. You can't see the ties too good, but it's tied up there. And I had one other tomato plant that I also decided was worse for wear, and I am going to pull, I think I already pulled the tomatoes off of that one, and I'm just going to use this pot either for fall gardening, or I'll clean it out and put it up for the season. It is hot and humid out here. I'm going to wrap it up. If you like that video, hit the thumbs up like button and consider subscribing to my channel and hit the notification bell so you know when I've uploaded a new video. That's it for now. Bye bye.